Allow him to reveal the depths of God's love and wisdom. See, as you cultivate intimacy with the Lord, the Holy Spirit begins to reveal the depths of God's love and wisdom. One of my favorite things that I love to pray is Ephesians 1:17 through 18, where I says, Lord, give me the spirit of wisdom and revelation in the knowledge of you. Let the eyes of my understanding be enlightened. Because see, as I sit in God's presence, God begins to give me downloads. God begins to give me strategies for my day. He begins to tell me what I need to do so I can be strategic. If you are a person who was ever in battle, who was ever in the army, or if you study these people, you begin to see that they need strategies for their warfare. They need strategies so they know how to wage a good warfare. And in order to get those strategies, we got to go before the Lord. The third thing I would say is discerning and operating in spiritual gifts. In order to walk in spiritual authority, women of God, listen, discern and operate in your spiritual gifts. Ask the Lord for the discerning of spirits. You need to know what is taking place. Listen, with discerning of spirits, I really love, because it's not just discernment, just being able to see what's right, what's wrong, sometimes it's kind of common sense. But with discerning of spirits, you're actually really able to see what's behind a thing. With discerning of spirits, someone literally can walk into a room and they're all full of smiles and everything, and they act like they're for you, but you can really see the demon that's working behind that person. They smile and they act like they're for you, but you can really see the Jezebel that is operating behind that person. You get what I'm saying? You can really see the Jezebel that is operating behind that person. You can see any demonic power that is operating behind that person. With operating in your spiritual gifts, let's just say you begin to say, God, give me a word for somebody, the word of knowledge, or you begin to say, God, give me a prophetic word for somebody. Operating in your spiritual gift, it helps you to see things that other people do not see. And so as God begins to give you insight and revelation into something, you know how to pray according to the situation. You're not just praying shotgun prayers, but you know how to pray correctly. You're like you're on target. So as you begin to walk in your spiritual authority, just being able to discern and operate in spiritual gifts is going to help you tremendously. As a woman of God, I'm all about impact, because not just someone, many people have made an impact in my life. So I believe in turning around and doing the same for others. Make an impact. So use what God has already given you and begin to make an impact in the life of others. And this leads right into number 4, bodily influencing and serving others. Boldly influence and serve others. Jesus came here to serve. He was an amazing example unto us, is that we should be servants. As leaders, you're supposed to be a servant. It's not all about you. You're supposed to be a servant. You've come to serve. You've come to help others get to where you've gone. You've come to walk alongside of others so you can help them go where they need to go. So we need to boldly influence and serve others. In the very beginning of my journey, when God was really dealing with me on reaching back to other women and beginning to mentor other women, I remember hearing that word influence, and at first I couldn't stand that word. I really couldn't, because I was like, I don't want, like, what you mean? Because when we look at influence, we look at the social media word of, I'm going to be an influencer. But we don't realize Jesus was an influencer. Do you realize that Jesus was one of the main influencers? This was a man that changed history. This was a man that came and set the world on fire. His disciples started following him and they set the world on fire. Jesus was an influencer. So I look at Jesus as my main example. If he says greater works than he did that I shall do, that I will do, then I already know that at some point in my life that I will be an influencer. Because why? Because I want to influence people into knowing Jesus, influence people into having a radical transformation through Jesus Christ. That's the influence I want to have. I want to be an influencer to tell women and to teach younger women to say, you know what? You can do it because God is for you. And if he's for you, who can be against you? You know what, woman? You can begin to speak up. Let your voice be unlocked in this hour. Because if God is for you, who can be against you? So it's time to rise up and begin to speak the word of the Lord. So I want to boldly influence and serve others. How can I get them to where they need to go? Walking in authority as a spirit-filled woman involves boldly influencing other people. It involves your life actions. People are watching you everywhere daily. I have children, and my children, I'm an influence in their life because they see what mommy does. My husband is an influence in their life because they see what daddy does. They don't only watch what we say, they watch how we behave. What is our response to a certain situation? So therefore, we are influencers in our children's lives. So to walk in spiritual authority, you can't be afraid of having influence. There can be good influence and bad influence. If anything, I want to have a great influence in someone's life, and I want to make an impact, and I'm here to serve. I'm here to help you get where you need to go to. I'm here to help you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made by showing you how I have learned, and by just walking this thing out. We can only truly influence other people and serve by truly walking it out.